equal opportunity, make fun of, and support. That's really
Exactly.
what we do here. The matchups we have for tonight, the Gouda Gangsters going up against the Marshmallow Mob is our first matchup in Veteran tonight. In Elite, we're going to have the Hornets and the Wendigos going up head-to-head. The first one, as I mentioned, is Gouda Gangsters and Marshmallow Mob. And really, HUD, we're talking about a charcuterie board of teams tonight.
It is a great variety here. It is going to be tough. The Gouda Gangsters or the Howda Hangsters, if you really want to be as Dutch as possible here, going to be up against it tonight. It's not going to be easy. They're very much the underdogs, 9-23 on the season so far. Marshmallow Mob on the other side, 19-13. So Gouda Gangsters are really going to have to fight for every inch, and Marshmallow Mob are, I'm sure, already kind of licking their chops. They've got some cheese there on the charcuterie board. They're looking to fill up on that. Hopefully their breath doesn't get too bad because they are going to be heading towards a pretty easy win here if they can put it together tonight.
Yeah, Marshmallow Mob really coming into this game with definitely the stronger team. I mean, if you look at the records, if you look at the shots, you look at the saves, the goals, everything really in the favor of the Marshmallow Mob coming into this game. But really, I mean, look at the stat lines for the Gouda Gangsters. They have a team that collectively, individually, they all have good stats. None of the stats for any of those players are really all of that bad. It's just that the Marshmallow Mob so far has been playing more consistently as a better overall team. Gouda Gangsters has still been trying to find that lineup, and they haven't found it quite yet. They're going to try Tuxedo Marks, Dovahkiin, and Google Girth with Snack Time, Crunch, and Jur on the side of the Marshmallow Mob. Again, my name's Trippin. That guy is Hudax, and we are underway. Game number 1 of this 4-game set.
Get to see all 4 games. My favorite part about RSC, the fact that you know exactly how many games you're going to get when we start. In 15 seconds into this one, Gouda Gangsters are going to get the first shot of the series coming from Google Girth. It'll be saved away. Crunch now looking for snack time. Tux jumps in front of the pass. The shot is on frame, but Jared's got a pretty easy save. A slow roller. Google Girth into the corner. And Gouda Gangsters looking to try to start this off. A pretty good start for them. They've got some good pressure. Another shot from Dova is going to be saved away by Snack Time. Tux drops it down. Jared gets another great stop, and it's 4 shots in 45 seconds for the Gouda Gangsters, but 4 saves for Marshmallow Mob.
We said the individual stats from this team were still pretty good, but the Marshmallow Mob was the better playing team. That first minute of gameplay doesn't really tell a whole lot of the story for either of these teams. We gotta wait a little bit longer to see exactly how they're gonna play. Dovahkiin trying to dush it up to Tuxedo Marks, doesn't hit that, but does find the net, and Snack Time finds the save. Google Girth continuing that pressure. It is free in front of the net. The only person there is Crunch, and somehow Marshmallow Mob keeps it out of the net for long enough to avoid that goal. That's a huge missed opportunity, HUD, for Gouda Gangsters. Had to have that one go down.
Yeah, tough one, especially with the ball rolling loose across the goal line. Just got to find a way to jam it across, but Gouda Gangsters still knocking on the door here. Dova's going to put it off, and finally, a ball will go in from the blue side that is not going to be saved. It took them 9 shots, but eventually they break through.
It doesn't really matter what your team's shooting percentage is. If you have more goals than the other team, you're pretty happy about how things are going. Speaking about being happy about things are going, this is RSC Solar. RSC Lunar is also running right now. Twitch.tv/RSC Lunar. We have one game happening on our sister stream you're going to want to check out. It's the Jersey Devils and the Cherry Crates going head-to-head in a prospect matchup. And by the way, folks, that game right now is at halftime, tied up 2-2. There's great action on both streams. You're not going to want to miss it with Croctopus TV, Pollock, and K-Flip bringing you that broadcast. HUD, let's get back into this game. Just under 3 minutes left to go, and a big 1-0 lead for the Gouda Gangsters, who've been struggling so far this season.
Absolutely, and it almost is going to be a 1-1 game. That shot from Crunch somehow doesn't find the back of the net. Google Girth is going to have transition pass out towards Tux, who can't quite handle it. Google Girth with a 50. Dova closing in on Jer, who's going to get credit for that one. Tux will turn it away. Snack into the box. Google Girth first there, beats Crunch to the punch. And past halftime here in game number 1, Gouda Gangsters holding on to this lead. Their offense is slowed down. They've been forced back into their end for about the last minute as Tux and Snack meet there at the corner. Google Girth is going to play it closer in midfield. Another touch into space here on the orange side. Google Girth slows it down. Dova there for the follow. not going to be able to get up after that one. Transition to possession to Marshmallow Mob. Snack time demoing a player for Gouda on the way out. And with 2 minutes left, Gouda Gangsters, they looked really strong through the beginning of this. It's kind of fallen off, and nobody's really taking control of the back half of this game quite yet.
I mean, honestly, it kind of looks like they are settling, right? I mean, normally you see a team either go up big and then they start to really step the foot on the gas, or maybe they're behind and they have to start rushing things a little bit. Right now, what we're seeing from Gouda Gangsters is a slow and controlled, methodical sort of gameplay, and Crunch is going to break that up right here at midfield. Gouda Gangsters, they've been fine when it's been a slow possession. The ball is in their corner, not a problem. They're on offense and they're just looking for passing plays, hold on to possession, not a problem. The first time that we see a breakout opportunity on the other side of the pitch, that's when they get punished. And I have to say, I haven't seen this team play a lot, but if I'm looking at the stats and they're losing games and I see that play happen, I think I kind of figured this team out pretty quick on what might be going wrong.
Yeah, that defense just really not doing it. They're not struggling to find shots on goal, obviously, but as soon as they have one come back the other way, everything falls apart. It looks like a quick response and turned aside by Marshmallow Mob, and with 63 seconds left, we are almost through this game number one, and we're still level. One of these teams trying to find a regulation win, but overtime looming here, beginning our first game. But Jair's going to change that quickly. 2-goal swing for Marshmallow Mob, and the play-by-play opportunities have been few and far between here in the last part of this game. It's 2-1 for the orange side.
Yeah, there really has been, and I think probably just a miscommunication there at the midfield, where someone who's back is expecting someone to challenge. That challenge does not come. They're not really ready in the net by the time the shot opportunity comes in. Instead, 40 seconds left to go. We see a 2-1 lead in game number one right now for the Marshmallow Mob. There's still plenty of time for Dovahkiin to slot one near post and get their second goal of the game for the Gouda Gangsters. They're right back in it, HUD. We thought it might have been curtains after 2 unanswered goals, but clearly we have underestimated what this 9-win team has to offer.
I mean, the 3-man passing plays are pretty hard to beat at any point in a match, so critical timing there for Gouda Gangsters to find the equalizer in the late stages of this one. There's still 30 seconds left. Either team could find the go-ahead as Snack Time rips this one downfield. It would have been on frame if he had, or it would have been a goal if he had it on frame, and instead it's going to be Crunch that will get credit, as the defense of Gouda Gangsters full of holes, looking a little bit more like Swiss cheese.
You know, speaking of crunch, this game came down to crunch time, and who is going to be the one to clutch it up? Well, it's going to be this Marshmallow Mob squad. They're able to make something happen right there in front of the net with not a whole lot of time left on the clock, and now it's going to be all up to the Gouda Gangsters to come out from their own end with 10 seconds left to go. One shooting opportunity to Peter Marks, the head of the media committee, gonna try to bring that one out of their own end. It's not gonna work, and the Marshmallow Mob has somehow find themselves a toasty Game 1 victory as they look to s'more things together over the span of the next 3 games.
And yes, Musa, we are serious. It just, I mean, Marshmallow Mob really gets it done there, but if you look at the stats and you can see how close these shot totals are, most of the shots from Gouda Gangsters came in like the first 45 seconds. And then everything started to slow down. Marshmallow Mob started to realize that they could really take advantage of those downfield opportunities, quick transitions, catching Gouda Gangsters on the back foot, and Snack Time pulling into that MVP. He's got 3 assists, the dish master for the Marshmallow Mob, even though eating s'mores off of a plate might be sacrilegious. The dishes coming from the Snack Time, and the win going to Marshmallow Mob.
I mean, obviously, Gouda Gangsters played that game close, and if you looked at the initial stats coming into this one, you say, hey, you know, they've got 65 goals for, 99 goals against. You're probably expecting that this team is going to get blown out repeatedly. Like, you don't come in at 9-23 and really just expect to just do very well. But that is honestly a very close game for them. I think that's probably a productive loss. Like, it sounds kind of bad to say that sort of a thing, but realistically it is, right? Like, if you're minus 30 in goal differential, you have a 1-goal game overall, and you play it that closely, that means your team is just right there. And yes, maybe this team is just a little bit better than you, but we're talking about an RSC season that is roughly 16 match days in length. We're talking about 4 games per match day. There is plenty of time, even at match day 9, to really rebirth your season and find a way to get yourself into the playoffs. I was on a team last season that really was lacking in the everything department, about the same way the Gouda Gangsters are, and this was the point we managed to turn it around. And a couple more games like that last one, where they start winning those games instead of narrowly losing those games, that could be the difference between a playoff berth and where they are right now.
Absolutely, and now is the time to do it, because we're really approaching that crunch time of the RSC season. Playoffs get closer and closer with every match day, and if there is a time to get their feet back under them for the Gouda Gangsters, it is now. And as we get into this game number 2, just another reminder, we've got another match going on over on the Lunar stream. I'm sure Trippin knows what the score is, but we all know what the score of this one is. 1-0 quickly for the Marshmallow Mob.
Hey, they're coming out to that 1-0 lead quickly. Tuxedo Marks does everything they can on the front side of this play to get in front of the ball, but unfortunately they can't make the touch, and there's just swarming pressure from the Marshmallow Mob leads to that early goal. Kind of the opposite we saw in game number 1. Tuxedo Marks will be there for this play as well. This time they make a couple great 50s into the corner. Crunch is going to swarm the ball, a double commit there with Google, Girth, and Jovakin, who are now on offense. There's the 50. Crunch is still cheating on the far side. They get beat. Here's Jur. It's Jovakin out to Tuxedo Marks. Down the left-hand side, leaving it for snack time. There's a bump at midfield. An unfortunate 50 on their own teammate there from Tuxedo Marks. You just hate to see that one. It's in front of the net, cleared by Jovakin. 1 minute down, a 1-0 lead in the game and the series for Marshmallow Mob.
Yeah, defense crumbling for the Gouda Gangsters. Here's another 2-on-0 for the Marshmallow Mob. Somehow Google Girth manages to get back before there can even be a shot on frame. It's a great hustle play from Google Girth, but forced into that position just because the Gouda Gangsters running a very high line here through the beginning of game number 2. It's not quite worked out for them. They've not generated a shot on target yet, and the Marshmallow Mob have really kind of had their way, their possession as much as they want down the other end. Tux can't find the save, and 2-0 is going to be the lead for the Marshmallow Mob. They are cooking here in game 2.
I mean, I don't think Tuxedo was ever expecting Jur to shoot it from midfield like that, and they just unleashed the power of 1,000 suns and threw that ball into the back of the net. There's just nothing Tuxedo Marks can do. They drop the goal right there. They try to find possession off of this kickoff. They don't quite. Jur, a great pass out towards midfield, 50 by Dova. Going to be in the corner for snack time. They let up this ball. A shot on target by Crunch is missed. Jur's going to be there for the follow-up, and a quick 1-2 punch HUD in favor of the Marshmallow Mob. They're now up 3-0 with 3:13 on the clock in just game 2 of the series.
I feel for Dovakin there. It was a tough read for him. It really looked like that shot was going to go inside of that near post, and instead bounced straight back out in the center of the box. Dova's got no choice but to really flail for it coming out of the back of the goal, and with the entire goal to shoot at, nobody's going to miss that one from the Marshmallow Mob. They've been automatic. Another shot here from Jared is going to be saved away by Google, who gets demoed in the back of the net, and the defender being deleted opens things up even more for Crunch. 4 goals for the Marshmallow Mob, and it just is not letting up here. Gouda Gangsters really not looking great through the beginning of game number 2.
Yeah, for as good as game number 1 looked between these two teams, game number 2 not really providing the same results. Of course, there is still plenty of time left to go, and you can, at the worst, make this a momentum game, unless Jur hits something like this. Luckily, Google Girth is there to make the save. Snack time will knock it down at midfield, and really, HUD, I have to admit, I really do enjoy the food puns between these two teams. We're talking about a girthy disposition. We're talking about having a crunch bar on the field. If we're going to have some snack time, it's going to be cheese and marshmallows. I like what I'm seeing from the two creativity departments of these franchises in RSC. I just want to see the gameplay kind of live up to the naming conventions we've seen up to this point. We haven't quite had it yet. Snack time on target, Google Girth, the save.
Definitely has not been there, at least for the Gouda Gangsters. Marshmallow Mob probably feeling pretty good about themselves and also all the boot funds, but right now it has just kind of gone sour for the Gouda Gangsters. Not quite the type of cheese, no blue cheese out here for the Gouda Gangsters. Mold on Gouda, typically not a good thing, and looking pretty moldy here, but Tux is gonna find something nasty of a different kind there. Rifles it into the right side of the orange goal. It's life for the Gouda Gangsters. And maybe some active cultures on that cheese.
I mean, a couple of active cultures if we're talking about the culture of that shot, which was perfect. I'd love to see it. I mean, this is, Tux has an opportunity to make a great opportunity there. They don't find it. Google Girth has the same problem. Novakin has the same problem. You know, we see the crossbar really just kind of stand up and deny just about everything there. I mean, in terms of having the perfect cheese knife, all they really had was a cheese fork because the crossbar just said, no, 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 no more.
I mean, really just like slapping a piece of wood against a piece of cheese and expecting it to be sliced up.
Yeah, really hoping that the doorstop is sharp enough to make something work.
I mean, that is not a bad shot from Google Girth either. Critical time here with 66 seconds left on the clock. Only 2 goals separating these two teams, and we've been sitting here cracking jokes about them, but Gouda Gangsters are starting to heat up here and looking to make themselves into maybe some fondue as we close out. This one, Tux is going to have another shot. This one will be saved away by snack time, and now coming down to the final moments of game number 2. Work to do for the Gouda Gangsters. Jer, a long shot, easily saved by Tux out towards midfield, but Google Girth not quite able to get back to it to redirect it downfield. Dova, a soft touch, laying it up for Tux, who will beat Crunch to it. We've got a Rule 1 by the mid boost there between Google Girth and I believe it is Snack time.
No, I thought it was. No, yeah, you're right. Tux, it's Snack. Yeah,
the nameplates are so hard to read when they're that close. But
they really are, man. They really are.
One more opportunity. Tux looking to find Dova in the middle of the field. It's a 2-on-2, man down advantage for both sides. Got a little bit of a 2-on-2 power play, if you will, but it's not looking like it's going to be quite enough for the Gouda Gangsters, as with 5 seconds left on the clock, not enough to score 2 goals. Maybe one more for the road here for the Marshmallow Mob, but 50'd all the way up, still in the box and eventually touching down. Marshmallow Mob, a pretty comfortable 4-2 win, but the Gouda Gangsters started rolling a little bit there at the very end. They didn't have enough time to be able to make a whole lot out of it, but there's a momentum heading into game 3 at the very least.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely have to throw some rep down for the players that were stuck up in that Rule 1 and just kind of let it happen throughout things. But, Hud, you bring up a very excellent point here about what happened between these two teams. Marshmallow Mob jumped out to that 4-0 lead within the first 90 seconds of gameplay. And when you see something like that happen, you're just immediately concerned about what's going to happen in that game. Are we going to see a blowout? Are we going to see some sort of crazy comeback? How is the opponent going to respond to something like that? I like the response from the Gouda Gangsters. Did they lose that game? Of course they did. They lost 4-2. But you mentioned they started to come back towards the end of that game. They made it look a lot more respectable. And again, yes, this team is losing games. The losses have been productive up to this point. I certainly think the Gouda Gangsters do have an opportunity to take one of these next 2 games away from the Marshmallow Mob. There is certainly some work to do, and it starts right here with a missed shot from the Marshmallow Mob. Now we'll see if that offense can start working for the Gouda Gangsters.
Not a great start there for the Gouda Gangsters as the exit touch is missed by Google Girth, allowing Marshmallow Mob to get back on the offense. Tux is going to have a redirect though in the transition downfield, saved away by snack time. Big old pinch back into the blue end. It's just off frame, and Tux will help it into the opposite corner. Toba turning underneath. taking it out towards midfield, immediately met by Jer, who will remove him from the pitch. Now Tux wrapping it back around the blue corner. He's got a save, but Jer denying it again. A brick wall at the midfield line. Marshmallow Mob not letting Gouda Gangsters out for free, and with a minute gone, still level 0-0. It's a much better start for Gouda Gangsters, and we've been talking about how they've been having productive losses, but they're only productive losses if they can eventually turn it into a win. So this is really, like you said, Trippin, where it comes down to here for the Gouda Gangsters. If it's going to happen, time running out for them. They've not looked terrible, but they've not been able to close it out so far, and they've really got to find a way to turn these productive losses into just outright wins.
Yeah, this is the time to show that you have learned from your mistakes, that you can make something else happen with the play. They might not do it here. Crunch is going to end up whiffing that opportunity on a shot, which is going to give Gouda Gangsters one shot, one opportunity for Mom's Spaghetti, and they won't find it. Peter Mark is beaten by Crunch, going the other way. 3:15 left to go. It's Dova down the right-hand side with 0 boost. They'll chase it down. They'll grab 12 boost. Jerry's going to help him out. Tuxedo Marks far post. Snack time with the clear. Crunch has a demo. They've got possession. There's the pass. Google Girth with no touch. Dovakin coming in, backing them up. 2 minutes down. No goals so far. Really, the Gouda Gangsters did a great job of showing that the defense is there. I'd like to see their offense warm up just a little bit more. But a couple more threatening shots on target.
Starting to pepper that backboard a little bit. We've got even shot totals for both teams. Cuts all of the offense for the Gouda Gangsters so far here in game number 3. And it's been kind of single-faceted for both these teams so far, but we'll have to see if they can start to change up the offensive looks as the pass comes across the center from Dova. Tux can't quite find the end of that pass, turning into a shot. Another opportunity here. Google Girth back to Dovakin, who again misses it. An infield pass here. It's a nice look for the Gouda Gangsters. Can they find a shot on frame? Not even registering it on the scoreboard. And Jer's just going to take it all the way in. Coast to coast for Jer. Where did the defense for the Gouda Gangsters go?
I mean, Dova was shadowing the entire time, and I think they just assumed that Jer was not going to make that final touch, that they had lost control of the ball. But Jerry's just like, no, it's no problem. I got the handles. It's not really that big of a deal. I'll just walk this one into the net. I'll score the first goal for our team, and we're just going to kind of go from there. So 2 minutes left to go. Marshmallow Mob has now got the 1-0 lead in game number 3 of this 4-game set. Dovakin looks for a shot here. That one is kicked away. Jerry's going to boom it all the way into the corner. Tuxedo Marks now trying to bring this team in transition. He'll go to Dova at midfield. Denied by Crunch. It's just floating right there at midfield. A little bit of awkwardness, a couple of miscommunications, and again, Gouda Gangsters find themselves in a spot where they are just right there on the cusp of having a great game, and Jer says, I do not care about your comeback. 1:31 on the clock. Snack time. Jer on the back wall. The 0-degree shot HUD goes in. 2-0 lead.
I don't know if I've got any food puns for the nasty angle that Jer just hit, but a massive goal for the Marshmallow Mob, regardless of how it was found or if we can make any jokes about it. 2-0 lead, insurance goal netted. That is a big turnaround for the Marshmallow Mob. They are starting to find those different looks like we talked about. Jer putting in from a tough angle. Snack time is going to be denied by the crossbar, and Jer's putback will be swept aside by Tux with a long clearance. Crunch there again, bleeding more time off the clock. And with 60 seconds left, all that time is going to be needed by the Gouda Gangsters. They've really not had a whole lot of luck in the offensive end so far, still being held to only 2 shots. Snack time, bullying Tux off that one. Jer's going to have it all the way up the backboard. Crunch will play it pretty passively, protecting this 2-goal lead. 45 seconds left on the clock, and Marshmallow Mob, all they got to do is play that clock out. They'll have secured themselves the series win and put themselves one away from being able to hit that 4-0 sweep that everybody wants to find every match day. Jer off the backboard. Snack time, the 50 on Google Girth. This ball has been in the blue half for what feels like 3.5 of the 4 minutes that we've played, or the 4.5 minutes we've played of this game.
It really does feel like that at this point. That touch by Google Girth is not going to be super productive. Tuxedo Marks, great rotation, comes back on that one, makes the save, clears it off of the ceiling towards the target. Snack time going to get in front of it. Tuxedo Marks again off the back wall. Snack is going to knock this one down. We are going to see a third victory for the Marshmallow Mob HUD. They're going to come up 3-0 at the absolute worst. They're going to win this series. Now, again, RSC, a lot like baseball, where you play a team multiple times. It doesn't matter what happens in the actual series. It matters what the actual win-loss records are at the end of the day. I believe the Gouda Gangsters are going to be making a substitution here. We're going to see what that move is. But looking at just this last game, Crunch comes in, scores 96 points, and during snack time are like, whatever, man, who cares? The stats are all there. Marshmallow Mob right now firing on all cylinders. A lot of people might call this a trap game, if you will, where the Marshmallow Mob expected to beat the Gouda Gangsters handedly. But Gouda Gangsters obviously giving them a good challenge. Marshmallow Mob still comes away with it, still looking as the solid team, 1 win away from a sweep.
I mean, since game 1, I really don't think it's been too stressful for Marshmallow Mob. They controlled game number 3 absolutely wire to wire, just keeping Gouda Gangsters pinned in their own end. The shot totals are enough. I mean, Jer with 4 in the entirety of Google. There we go. Finally hit the spot where the words get all messed up. The Gouda Gangsters only generating 3 shots total over that course of that entire one. So Jer pacing that entire team. And when Jer and Snack Time can just kind of play basically just play a 2-1, and Crunch can sit back and just deny every ball that comes across the midfield line, hey, easy dubs for the Marshmallow Mob. Gouda Gangsters, really no response for them. And with a 3-0 scoreline in the series, it's one more opportunity here for the Gouda Gangsters to not get swept. They've got 5 more minutes left to do it. They've got Spoilt coming off the bench. Maybe the clutch factor, the super sub here for Spoilt will be the difference for the Gouda Gangsters, but now is the time to prove it. The season winding down, the series winding down. There's never been a better time for the Gouda Gangsters to find a win.
No, there really hasn't been. And speaking of people who need wins right now, the Cherry Crates are up 1-0 over the Jersey Devils, trying to find a series split over on twitch.tv/RSC Lunar. Make sure y'all check that out. Follow that channel if you aren't already. So whenever RSC is streaming, no matter where we are streaming, you are able to find that action. This is the last game of the first series for us here tonight. We'll have one immediately following this series. If you want to hear HUD X and Trippin roast the media committee a little bit more, you have that opportunity. But speaking of things that are roasted, the Marshmallow Mob looking real toasty right now out there on the pitch. HUD X, they take the 1-0 lead.
I feel like Marshmallow and Gouda wouldn't be a bad combination. I feel like if you stick both of those,
but okay.
You stick both of those on a stick and put it over the fire, I feel like that would be at least like edible. I don't feel like it would be disgusting. Probably not the best thing in the world, but right now it is really Marshmallow Mob. They have just kind of melted Gouda Gangsters down the entire way. No, it's not the first fondue pun that I've made, but it's an easy one. As Marshmallow Mob finds his second, it's looking easy for them too, as they just continue to have open goals to shoot at.
You know who's not having a lot of fun right now is the Gouda Gangsters. I mean, down again in a matchup, 2-0. Again, they've played a lot of these games really close, but just haven't been able to find that victory, and that can kind of wear on you as a team. That can get very frustrating very quickly. Of course, when you have an opportunity where your opponent's basically own goal, that helps a lot. It's Tuxedo Marsh who just uses the patience to throw it right at Jer. Snack Time in front of the net with the panic touch, and Spoiled, the sub, comes in as if they are milk that's been in the fridge for 3 months and just smacks Marshmallow Mob with the goal.
Sometimes it takes that patience. It just takes a little bit of time for things to sit and ferment a little bit. Dova almost letting that one get a little bit too overcooked. He gets back to take it away. Now it's going to be back in possession of Snack Time for a moment. Spoiler is going to have another, and it's 2 in a row for the super sub. An equalizer found for the Gouda Gangsters, and with really no time to spare, this is a perfect equalizer for Spoilt coming off the bench. Gouda Gangsters have found themselves back in this game and looking to continue to just keep their pride intact. This is all about not getting swept. Obviously, the series, not the result that they wanted, not the scoreline that they wanted. but they're coming out here. They're fighting to make sure this is not a 4-0. The bragging rights, almost 3 in a row for Spoiled. It goes off the post, and
man.
2 minutes gone. 2 goals for each team. This is a barn burner of a 4th game.
And hey, you know what? Sometimes when you're in a series like this that the Gouda Gangsters are, where things just aren't working, you say, you know what? Let's just throw out the book. Let's throw out the recipe book at this time. Let's just start making random substitutions. You know, we're gonna throw in a little bit of Gouda cheese in the place of lettuce, right? Like you just do whatever sounds fun at the time, right? And I think Spoiled really is giving the Gouda Gangsters a spark that, honestly, at this point, I don't think even they expected. They looked like a stronger team at this point. Yes, things have kind of fallen in their favor in this game, but Rocket League is by no means, especially at this game, or at this level, a matter of luck. It really isn't. I mean, they get punished right here for a little bit of just tripping over their own feet. Ultimately, as Dova can't make that touch, neither can Tux, gets faked out. But I do like the substitution move here. The team has looked significantly better. I like the approach that they are taking, and this is the best the Gouda Gangsters have looked in this 4-game series since probably about 12 seconds left in game 1.
I would agree. They've absolutely turned it around here in game number 2. An unfortunate little bit of panic there, gets punished by Crunchy. He sits there and kind of lets everybody whiz past the ball to the standard Jazer monkey sound be inserted behind the replay for that one. But Gouda Gangsters still have a little bit of time to find their way back into this one. Still opportunities left on the pitch. Try to keep their dignity intact here, but Marshmallow Mob's not going to let this one go easy as Jared puts another one to the backboard. They want this sweep more than anything. To say that they are hungry for it would be an understatement, and I feel like very low-hanging fruit as far as puns go. But it is a cleared away here. Spoiled, not able to get it around Crunch. Jared's going to leave it for snack time, but Dova wins it to the backboard. And now Dova downfield across midfield. Jared can't find it. Snack time grabs the 100 boost in the corner. Tucks there to challenge. Bumps snack time off of it ever so slightly. Spoiled can't quite get on the 50. Crunch will clear all the way down. A line change for the Marshmallow Mob on the dump and chase, but still managing to put some pressure on as Gouda Gangsters not able to get it out of the zone. 1 minute left, and the 4-0 sweep, if the result holds here for the Marshmallow Mob in the offing, it's got to be Gouda Gangsters to find one more. They've got 50 seconds left to do it. Well, now it's going to have to be 2.
Target and just falls into the net. I saw a collection of great saves here, but Dova unfortunately tries to roll that one out to Spoiled. The pass was covered, and the shot goes the other way. It's now 2 goals in 46 seconds for the Gouda Gangsters to avoid the sweep, and the ensuing kickoff won hard by the Marshmallow Mob. It is kicked out the other way. Dova with the read, 15 by snack time, now going the other way. 35 seconds left to play. Here's Snack in the corner, the hard bump there. Spoiled to play. Jur finds it, looking for Snack or looking for Crunch at midfield. It's Crunch who picks it up. There's the flick off the interstellar Fennec. Doesn't find it initially. Spoiled comes in, makes the save. We hit the 15-second mark in HUD. I hate to say it. I feel like we're going to see a 4-game sweep in favor of the Marshmallow Mob.
Yeah, it's not looking like it's in the cards here for the Gouda Gangsters. They fought hard, but at the end of the day, Marshmallow Mob just a little bit too tough for the task here of Gouda Gangsters, and kind of like marshmallows that have been sitting in a bag for months and months that has been open. They're just, you know, they're kind of like rocks instead of marshmallows anymore. And the Marshmallow Mob just kind of smashing the Gouda Gangsters into submission over these 4 games, as they are closer to pieces of earth than they are to marshmallows anymore. So taking that advantage, just throwing shots on shots on shots on frame every game. They do it again here. 7 shots for Jer, and then 4 for the other 2 players at Crunch and Snack Time. And math don't fail me now, 15 total for the Marshmallow Mob over the course of that game. Number 4, I would love to see what the shot differential for the entire series was, because I would imagine it's probably like plus 25 at least for the Marshmallow Mob.
Yeah,
that was how
like
dominant they were. So it's just that, you know, Gouda Gangsters really put up a tough fight, but the productive losses, as we called them at the beginning of the series, really now looking back they're just L's.
Yeah, you know, we appreciate the Gouda Gangsters and the Marshmallow Mob for coming out. We appreciate everyone from the Lunar stream as well who might be Gouda Gangsters and the Marshmallow Mob finish up their series, a 4-0 sweep for Marshmallow Mob. And now we've got the Hornets and the Wendigos going head-to-head. And HUD, I know we just saw what was effectively a blowout on stream between Marshmallow Mob and Gouda Gangsters. The matchup between Hornets and Wendigos